So I know the last time we talked, man, we had a good conversation about No Limit and Cash Money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know you was telling me how you was rocking with a few artists from the No Limit camp.
Man, I came up listening to a lot of No Limit.
Okay.
A lot of
Master
I think
P. Okay.
my favorite rapper probably Soulja Slim.
So
I like
Soulja.
Soulja.
Made rest in peace.
Yeah, no
Okay.
doubt, man. Soulja, the whole No Limit camp, man.
Indeed.
Cash Money.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know?
They were like rivals, man.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about, man, your most recent collab with Fiend, man. You pretty much spoke that into existence. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, go back and check out that first interview with me and Short-tay from Headbangers Visuals, and he asked me about some of my early influences in music, and I said, man, I pretty much grew up off No Limit, man.
Indeed.
Like I said, man, if I get a chance to work with if I could work with anybody from the No Limit camp, man, I said, man, I would love to work with anybody from the No Limit camp because I grew up off of them dudes, man, listening to them. C Murder, Soulja Slim, my favorite rappers, you know what I'm saying? So it was definitely like we spoke that thing right into existence.
Yes, indeed, man.
You know what I mean? Not long after that, I'm gonna tell you exactly how it happened.
Okay.
Man. On social media, I was following Fiend.
Okay.
So he was like, look, I'm gonna do something special right now, for any independent artist, man. You can't be signed to no label or nothing.
Okay.
Any independent artist, man, contact me now and let's work. I wanna do a track with you.
Indeed.
And I happened to see that. I called the number, right? On the line with Fiend, dog.
Wow.
I'm like,
wow.
I'm like, this 7 8. You know what I'm saying? He like, what's up? This he like, this Fiend, what's up?
Okay.
I'm like, man, I told him, I seen the joint or whatever. We chopped it up for a minute. He told me it's on, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna do the track. So I know earlier in this interview right here, when I was telling you about as an artist, man, like keeping it real with yourself and just like sometimes as an artist, when you make music from a while back and you listen to it in the future, like now I can listen to my old music and I say, I can almost put myself back in what I was feeling.
Indeed.
Through my music. I can listen to it and say, damn,
man.
I remember I was staying over you know what I'm saying? I was staying over here and this was going on.
No
you
doubt.
know, by listening to the song that I was making, you know what I mean?
Doubt, man.
So
that's dope.
yeah, with that, when I was on the phone with Fiend, one of my favorite songs from Fiend is Heart of a Ghetto Boy.
Okay.
So when I was on the phone with him, chopping it up with him, I said, Fiend, I said, look, man, I said, the track Heart of a Ghetto Boy, this the artist in me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
This me being an artist, being able to look at it and say, man, I said, Heart of a Ghetto Boy, I said, where was you at in your life when you recorded that, man? Like, what was going on, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, dog, I was on tour with Snoop. And he was like, me, I'm from New Orleans, man. That's all I knew was New Orleans. He said he was on tour in Europe. And he said, man, in New Orleans, it was a ghetto. He said, but he was all the way in Europe. It was a ghetto out there, motherfucker, too.
Man, hey.
You know what I'm saying? He was like, man, it was a ghetto out there. But he didn't realize that from just being in New Orleans, you know what I mean? So it opened his mind up. He was like, damn, the world is a ghetto.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? Like, straight up, man, the world is a ghetto. So he was just running through it, running through that with me. He was in Amsterdam, just a whole bunch of different scenarios he was running through with me, and I was like, damn, that's deep, man. You know what I mean? Because I understood it. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
So we was able to, I had a track that I was in the studio maybe like 3 weeks before this happened, before I talked to Fiend, right?
Okay.
I was in the studio and I had recorded 2 songs.
Okay.
And I had a hook that it was just sitting.
Okay.
No, I had a verse that was just sitting.
Okay.
I ain't do nothing with it, but the engineer was playing a beat when I first got there. So I was like, hey man, put that beat back on that you had, you know what I'm saying? Cause I just had a verse, I wanted to do something with it. So I had recorded 2 songs and I put the verse on the song, just one verse.
Okay.
I ain't had no hook on it or nothing, right? So that was the end of the session, I just rolled out. So once that opportunity came with Fiend, I said, damn, I got the verse for that track, and my man, the engineer, he also made the beat.
Okay.
So I was like, well, shit, I put him on too.
Indeed.
So I make sure his beat on the joint that we're gonna use with Fiend.
Indeed.
So I said, bet. And then I said, you know what? I said, my little cousin sing, Keita.
Okay.
I said, I'm gonna put her on the hook.
No doubt.
I'm gonna make this whole, I'm gonna put everybody in the loop.
Indeed.
Or something legendary. You know what I'm saying? Like, to be able to be on a track with an artist that I grew up listening to, I made sure everybody in every aspect was able to be on. I called her. I say, look, I got this track.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to get on this hook, man. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
I gave her what I was feeling at the time, and I ain't gonna say like it was on my mind or this and that, but it was one of them things where the name of the track called "If I Die Today."
Okay.
And it was just one of them things where I told her the idea I had, and she an artist too, man. She could sing, man.
No
Keita,
doubt.
man. She jumped on that joint. I gave her my idea and laid that hook and put that hook on there,
and that's
man.
what and see that right there proves my point. What I was talking about earlier, you know, if you were the type of guy to say, I'm all about me, me and Fiend gonna do this, nah, I ain't gonna rock with nobody. I'm just gonna, but by you putting other people on like that,
the dude
what I'm talking
whose
about.
studio it was, I put him straight, like, that was the first thing came on in my mind. I said, man, I'm gonna use that beat. It's his beat.
See,
I'm gonna put
and that's
everybody
what we need,
on that
we
jump.
need more
You know what I'm
of.
saying?
We need more of that because if we do that, just imagine if we do that consistently. If everybody had that mindset to say, let me put my people on. We gon' I'm trying to tell you right now, DMV can be a powerhouse in the industry if we thought like that.
Man, that shit happened in like less than 24 hours, man. That shit was, and when I talked to Fiend, he said, look, man, I'm gonna have this joint, the verse to you by tomorrow.
Okay.
Boom, did that joint, had the verse back to me and everything. Like, he a man of his word, man. I got a little story to tell you.
Hey, man,
too,
bring it, man. We need that, so brother.
This right here, it's kind of like it was a misunderstanding, man. You know what I'm saying? So he sent the verse back. Boom, I'm listening to it. Like, it was like the biggest moment of my whole rap career.
Okay.
Like, damn, I'm on the joint with Fiend. This man Fiend, like, Keita on the hook. You know what I'm saying? My man got the beat. Like, that shit was just amazing. You know what I mean? So I was like, my next move, I was like, man, I need to get the video. Like, I gotta have a video for this jump. Get Fiend in the video with me, this and that, right? So I hit him up. I say, look, man, the verse fire, man. I fuck with that. I appreciate it. I said, let's do the video. So he said, man, let me know what's up. So I said, look, I be in LA.
Okay.
I be in LA this date, man. Can we make it happen? Cause I'm thinking, I know he was, in Los Angeles, right?
Okay.
In my mindset. So I'm like, I be in LA, man. This date, can we make it happen? He said, man, look, I got you. Let me know. You know what I mean? So I said, I'm gonna contact you and let you know when the time come, when it's coming close, and then boom, we make it happen.
Indeed.
So maybe like a week before, I said, hey, I'm still scheduled to come out there. We gonna shoot a video. So he like, all right, bet. The day when I'm getting on the plane, I said, hey, I'm getting on the bird, man. I'll be out there. We good. He said, everything good. So bet. I hit him as soon as I touched down. I said, hey, I just touched down, whoop-de-woo. He said, look, I'm at the house chilling, just cooling, man. I said, look, me and my wife, we about to go eat.
Okay.
We just gonna chill out, you know what I mean? And we gonna get up tomorrow. So he like, bet. He said, send me the locations. So in the morning, look, I'm in Los Angeles, I'm downtown, right?
Okay.
And he hit me, it's like 7 in the morning, 6 in the morning. He like, hey, send me the location. So I'm like, man, this nigga on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's 6 in the morning. I'm like, he on it. Like, that's what's up. So I send him the locations, right? I send him the location. One spot downtown LA is another spot called Sunken City. It's like, I'm gonna tell you about that spot too, but it's another spot called Sunken City.
Okay.
I sent him the locations, and first thing he sent back, he said, man, I'm in Louisiana. I'm in New Orleans. I said, you in New Orleans? I said, I be in LA. Whole time, me from Waldorf.
Yeah, you did.
me from the DMV, right?
Right, yeah.
When I say LA, I'm talking about LA. I'm talking about Los Angeles.
Man.
I'm talking about Staples Center. I'm talking about LA.
Oh, man.
Not understanding, or not even realizing that LA is abbreviation for Louisiana.
Yeah, it is.
So whole time I'm talking LA, he thinking I'm being Louisiana. I'm all the way out there, and he all the way over in New Orleans.
Ooh.
So I said, damn, that was a big misunderstanding. So I wound up still, me and Keita went out there, so we still shot some video. I had a photographer. Shout out my man Jonas too, man.
Indeed.
Out in Los Angeles, man, definitely doing his thing, but shot the joint with Jonas out there.
Okay.
Fiend, you know, off the break, when I said, when he said LA, I'm in New Orleans, I immediately, man, I just like, fuck. Like, I was like, damn. So he automatically, he was like, damn, you know what, man? He like, man, let me know, like I told you. It ain't like, damn, or whatever. He was like, how can I help? That's the first thing Fiend said. He said, damn, this is a misunderstanding. How can I help? He said, man, if need be, I can shoot my video on a green screen, send that joint, whatever. What do I need to do?
Okay.
And I told him, I said, give me a minute. Let me figure some things out.
Okay.
So he chilled for a minute. I hit him back. I said, look, I just booked a flight. 2 weeks from now, I'll be in New Orleans. We're going to get this jump. Booked a video dude out in New Orleans, you know what I mean?
Indeed.
That was big for me, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Booked that jump out in New Orleans, man. And flew out that jump, man. And got the video, you know, got the footage with him. Shout out to Dr. Clips, man. The whole Neutral Grounds out there, man, out in New Orleans. Shout out to Fiend, man. Everybody, man, like they definitely looked out for me, man. Made that thing come together. I was able to use the footage that I had from Los Angeles, from Jonas. He sent that to Clips. Clips was able to use that footage with his footage in New Orleans and edit all that thing up and make it all in the one video. You know what I'm saying? He sent the settings that he had his camera on. Clips shot his footage in the same type of jump, so it all worked out, man. You know what I mean?
That's some good stuff, man.
Yeah, I was able to just kick it, man. Be out there with Fiend, man. He definitely just talked to me, told me a lot of good things, man. I told him, you know, like, damn, I'm in New Orleans, man. I'm looking at it like, when you think about New Orleans, me, like, I'm a big No Limit fan, right? So you think about the Calio, you think about Magno, you think about all these projects, and you know how bad it's portrayed, New Orleans. But when you get there, man, it's like everybody got the utmost respect, man. That's
that Southern hospitality, my brother.
Yeah. It's nothing like here. You know what I'm saying? Here it's a little different.
Right.
But there, it's like everybody respectful. It's like, it's real chill, you know what I mean? So, and I told him, I said, you know what? Because it was just me and my wife, man. That's it. And I told him, because my wife was with me and everything, I told him, I said, look, man, I was ready to leave her at the hotel. Because I know they were talking about shooting like in the Magnolia and other this junk. I was like, I ain't about to bring my wife. I don't know. I ain't know what kind of, what it would have been.
And the first thing, really was,
and the first thing he told me, he said, man, you know what's crazy, man? He said, nobody out here will bother you, man. It was like, you know, they know you ain't from here. Like, you know what I mean? These people know you not from here. They not really fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? And I got that vibe out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was out there, and it's like, they know you ain't from there. This ain't your culture. This ain't you. Not to say that they ain't gonna do whatever. Right. But it was like one of them things that he explained it to me, and he told me, he said, man, you can go any city in the world, man. You'll feel the closest to your roots here than anywhere else.
No doubt, man.
And he told me, he said, that's one of the places where Jay-Z and Beyonce said that they feel the most comfortable in New Orleans, man.
No doubt, man.
You know,
I always wanted to go to New Orleans, man. I'm going to go down there.
Definitely need to go, man.
But see, the thing is, if you notice, man, when you hear a lot of people talking, like, and for me, I'm just speaking on behalf on the music. Like a lot of the No Limit cats, the Cash Money, the accent, right? You can tell when you listen to somebody from New Orleans talk. Yeah. It's a lot of cultures, a lot of nationalities, a lot just blended. Yeah. A lot of our roots, man, is there, man. And it's just, and I can just imagine just being in the city and just feeling that culture and that environment. Yeah. I'm sure it's a good baby. Yeah. You know what I mean? Baby? Yeah, man. But it's a lot of good experiences, man. That I can imagine. In the food, I know the food is amazing, right?
Yeah. I told Finn when I got there, he was like, you know, we were just chopping it up. I said, man, me and my wife, we went to Denny's last night. And he was like, damn, he was like, man, that's good.
You said Denny's?
Denny's.
That was when y'all got in New Orleans. That was when y'all was in Los Angeles.
In New Orleans.
Okay.
So we talking about good food right now. So I was like, man, we went to Denny's last night. So he thought about it. He said, man, that's good seafood. He said, man, somebody must have told you about that. I was like, yeah, cause you know what I'm saying? Like I'm one of them dudes, man. When we go to a restaurant, I ask the people, you know, what are you most known for? Like, what's the most popular thing here? You know what I mean? So when I got to the hotel, it was on Canal Street.
Okay.
And I asked the lady at the hotel, I said, you know, what's a good, we were trying to get some crawfish. You know, what's a good seafood spot? I want some good gumbo. She said, man, my favorite spot is Denny's. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoop-de-whoop told us where it was at. So we went there and ate, man, good seafood, good food all together. You know what I mean? So he was like, man, somebody must have told you about that spot, man. Like people just ain't stumbling across Denny's. You know what I mean? Man. So it was definitely a nice jump, man. Just the whole experience being in New Orleans, man. But I shot the video with Fiend. I was able to, you know, chop it up with him. But that was a big part of it was special to me, man.
Indeed, man.
But another thing I did that was even more special to me, man. I went to the graveyard, man. Went to Soulja Slim grave, man.
Oh, wow.
I went to Soulja Slim grave site, man. And you know, down there, I believe New Orleans is below sea level. So all the bodies are like, you know, in the concrete, in the cement, you know what I mean, above ground.
Okay.
So when I got there, the joint was closed. Nobody was there. Nobody was at the cemetery. I went in that joint, walked in there, dark. It was like probably like 10 o'clock. Went in that joint, and I found the joint. It was like I went straight to it, man.
Wow, man.
It was like I went straight to the joint, man. It was like, I can't remember off the top of my head what section it was, but as I was walking and I looked it up on my phone, I was already in that section, man. I went, it was like, it's different wings. I went down the wing, I went straight to the joint and was right there at his gravesite, man. So I was right there at Soulja Slim gravesite, man.
And that's another one that we lost, man, who was gonna be big.
Yeah.
Soulja Slim
Hell yeah.
was like that. Like,
cause he was able to put you right, like you ain't even gotta be from New Orleans, been in New Orleans or nothing. Soulja Slim was one of them artists, man. He could put you just like this in his rap. Like, hey, you right here with me, man.
Yeah, man.
Listen to this. And you be like, if he was driving the car, you was in the passenger seat. Cause he was spitting it to you raw, like exactly what it was, you know what I'm saying?
Man. What didn't he have, when his album called Give It To Him Raw?
Give It To Him Raw.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So, like, man, he,
all my niggas that get high with me.
He was dope.
You really down
he was
dope with me.
He was dope, man. He was dope, man. And when he, and the sad thing is, man, he got killed in his own city. You know, he got killed in his own city. There's another dude that was from New Orleans not too long ago. They got killed in New Orleans or gunned down in New Orleans.
I'm gonna tell you, the dude you talking about, I don't know if this the same dude, but guess what? He was just like Soulja Slim. His name was G Money.
What's the song he had? Yeah, he had a joint.
He did one of Soulja Slim Jones over, but if you listen to G Money, man, I know he was part of the TBG. So that's the joint Lil Ivy, you know, with Boosie.
Okay.
You know, what he was, I think it's Top Boy Gorilla. I believe that's what it is, but the dude Fredo Bang still represent the joint.
Okay.
And Fredo Bang with a chain with G Money on that joint.
Oh, okay.
That, you know, but G Money, man, that nigga was like, he was like Soulja Slim. Looking at it.
Didn't he have a single where he was like singing on a hook or something?
You probably talking, I know you talk, see G Money was a little bit, he was more underground on the come up. You talking about like Young Greatness or them dudes, so one of them.
It was, I can't remember exactly how the song went, but Slim got gunned down in New Orleans though.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and see,
Young Greatness, and there's another one too called, damn, what's his name, man? Sorry, no different.
Nah, you good.
I'm trying to think about, I can't remember what his name was, man, but it's on the tip of my tongue.
Okay.
But yeah, he was big, man. He not, it ain't Young Greatness was big too, but there's another one. It's something Youngin or something. Something Young. I can't. Sorry about that, man. But yeah, he was big, man.
Let me ask you this though, cause I was real big into No Limit. I loved No Limit back in the day when I was a kid. It is funny that we talking about him again on the second interview, right?
Yeah.
But it's cool because you know what I'm saying, that's good history.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying, for the culture. But let me ask you this, man, and this is a question I wanted to ask you. If No Limit and Cash Money was as one. Let's just say it was just all No Limit. Like the Cash Money record side was just all No Limit. Do you think the personalities and the styles would have worked well as one?
Man.
Do you think that would have worked well?
I think it goes back to all depends on who was the head. You know what I mean? And the reason why I say that is because, like, it's just like with anything that's a group. You know what I mean? You can go to friends out here. Let's say it's 10 guys that's known to hang around the same area, right?
Okay.
Well, out of them 10 guys, they really only there's only one that everybody fucks with.
Right.
You know what I mean? And out of that one that everybody fucks with, outside of him, anything can happen between the other ones.
Right.
They only come because they all fuck with that one guy.
Right.
So it depends on who was the head of it. Now, if the head was, it's like Big Meech. I don't know if you ever heard like Big Meech interviews and what he was talking, but he was just like, man, it's all love over here. We got whatever you need. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I teach my guys and they follow me.
Right.
Not so much that they follow me, but they understand the way that I carry myself and they portray the same thing. It's all love. We all, if you moving out of love and it's all like, I'm looking out, man, how can I help? This and that.
Yeah.
Then if I'm rolling with you, then naturally I'm going to come up in the scene and say, how can I help?
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like this. I always thought this. If you look at Baby or Birdman, right?
Yeah.
And then you look at Juvenile, right? Then you look at, from the No Limit side, if you look at Master P and you look at C Murder, I think it was meant to work out the way it did because I think that it would have been some type of, which I believe there was some type of friction going on between the two. It was just little details I would point out and kind of look into. It may not have been accurate, but I'm always the type, which I'm sure you can tell, I look at something and be like, let me see what this mean or what's going on. Because I noticed on the Hootie Hoo jump, the No Limit guy, you remember that jump? Hootie Hoo! Yeah. So that jump, right? If you notice, and that was a little later, I think that was like in the 2000s when they brought that out, right? So with the Hootie Hoo jump, Master P starts his verse off. I think he had the first verse on that track, but he said something about a Hummer, and he was like, but I ain't no uptown stunner.
Yeah.
But he talking about Baby, That's what I'm like, hold up, let me rewind that back. What'd he say? And at that time, I'm like, he talking about Baby. Because Baby, them out him, the number one stunner and all that, and the Hummer, woo. Even though No Limit was more soldier mercenary type. You know what I mean? Every now and then they'll say something, I guess they kind of had a little flashiness to them, but Cash Money was really on, bling, bling, my diamonds. And so it was kind of a different, it was a difference there.
I kind of look at it more so like, I could be wrong, you know what I mean? But I look at it like No Limit was Big Brother, man.
Well,
I look at it like No Limit was Big Brother.
Right.
Cash Money came in a little later. They was little brother, so it was like, little brother and big brother, they always gonna fight, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, point. You know what I mean? They always gonna bump heads and fight, but it's still love though, man. Cause even with that being said, I never really heard of any altercation where nobody, really did no permanent damage from one clique to the other that really caused a war or anything. So it was more so like a big brother, little brother type of thing, man. Not to take anything from Cash Money, because they definitely did their thing, man.
I was in middle school at the time, right? I remember Cash Money, they had like little demo cassettes. You remember they had the tapes, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like we remember they had tapes. I remember they had like little tapes where they had like maybe probably 30, 45 seconds or maybe no longer than a minute clips of their songs. This was when they had How You Love That, the Big Timers, those albums from early on. I think Cash Money was really in the game since like 95, but they broke grounds and got national attention like around 97 or something like that, 96. Because if you think about it, back when they had those cassettes, right then and there, I knew they from New Orleans. Because if you notice, a lot of the New Orleans cats, their album covers was different from everybody else. No Limit, nobody had album covers like that. Cash Money, nobody had those album covers. New York cats, their album covers didn't look like the album covers that No Limit and all them had. You know what I mean? Any other different independent labels, their artwork was not like No Limit and Cash Money. It was on a whole different level. But I knew just from being a visual person, there's some New Orleans stuff. But I always felt like it's something going on. Why are these people not really working together? So I did my research, and I've even heard, because I go back and listen to the old albums when they first dropped. You remember Mac?
Yeah.
I think Mac in prison right now, right?
Yeah, man. Free Mac, man.
Yeah, shouts out to Mac. He had some good. He actually had some good music too. In C Murder, they had some good music. Mac had some collabs with Cash Money. Yeah. I've actually heard some Jones with Mac on them, but see, I don't know if he was with No Limit at the time. There may have been a time where he wasn't signing nobody. You know what I mean? But he was dope though, man. Mac was dope.
Man, I feel like, man, it's time, man. Around here, it's time for it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like it's too much talent, man. Too much talent. And along with the talent, man, too much separation, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, like, of course.
Everybody, you know, everybody feel like they're a big dog, man. And naturally, you should feel like you're a big dog.
Yeah, you know and there's levels to it.
Yeah, naturally, you should feel like you a big dog. But at the same time, man, you know what I mean? Like, we can't get to the next level, you know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
I'm talking about just here because I feel like, man, when it comes to the DMV, I feel like the only people benefiting off the DMV is niggas in DC.
Hey,
you know what I mean? And they the smallest they contribute the smallest part to it. Because what happens is everybody scream DMV, DMV, and then once you get that one jump you start going like that, then all of a sudden it's DC or nothing. Like they like, oh, it's DC, like this and that. But at first it's like it's DMV, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, man, I wish that
strength of numbers, man.
Yeah, and this ain't just I guess when I'm saying this, it's more so this local scene right here. I'm talking about where we at in the 7A, man. Like, it's too much separation, man. Like, for no reason though, man. Like, niggas need to swallow their ego, man, and start reaching out. Like, I'm tired. I done reached out to several people, man. You know what I'm saying? Say, hey, look, let's do this or let's do that. And it's too much behind the scene, too much hating. It's too much, I'm gonna act like I don't see this dude and this dude really doing what he doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it ain't no need for it, man. Like, I'm gonna tell you personally, man, I done seen dudes copy off my shit, man, bite my shit, and I don't even say, nigga, do your thing, man. I hope it benefits you, man. I hope it benefits you. I'm not trying to start nothing or nothing, man. Like, just do you. Take that shit and do you with it. Hopefully that shit work out, you know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
You know what I mean? But that's just me being the person that I am, man. I guess in life, man, it comes a point where that's where you get fucked over the most because you feel like people looking at shit the same way that you looking at it. And then when they not, that's when it comes to and it really fuck with you, you know what I'm saying?
But then again, too, like I say, good point, man. But ultimately, real recognize real, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?